begin your message with a puzzle. Now you've got your audience leaning in to the next thing you say, which is the strength of your message. Now in order to solve the mystery, and we all want to solve mysteries, there's this human tendency called need for closure. We need closure on the questions that are confronting us. To get that closure, they have to pay attention to your message in order to solve the mystery.
You make up your mind based on what you care about, period. That makes reason, emotion based. What do you care about? You start with what you care about. You see some guy swimming out off the coast of the ocean, and you see a shark coming up behind him. Who are you cheering for? If it's Adolf Hitler out there, you're cheering for the shark. You might actually feel bad for the shark because it's gonna taste bad. Who do you care about? So you're making up your mind on every circumstance based on what you care about. So then what does that do to reason? Your reason is based on what you care about from the beginning.
Whether or not you're a terrorist or you're a CEO or you're a paperboy, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're all kind of after a few of the same things. We want a better tomorrow. We want to live, we want to flourish, we want to prosper. No matter what, there's a higher purpose. Bank robber says they need a car in 60 seconds or she died. That guy wants to live. Terrorist who is a demand, I'll kill this person if we don't have this political demand. They have greater aspirations.
The neuroscience negotiation communication lesson here is you're up to 31% smarter in a positive frame of mind. 31%, that's no small jump. The mood that we have directly correlates to how efficiently your brain functions. Here's how you can begin to override your system and hack your system. There's a number of things we know about the types of human beings that survived on a planet. We break down pretty much into 3 types: fight, flight, and make friends. Now, the make friends type from the caveman days is normally in a pretty good mood. The fight, flight guy is, I'm a fight guy. We're not running around in a positive frame of mind on a regular basis. So we're actually not tapping into our full mental capacity. How can you hack that if you're in one of those types? You force a smile onto your face. If I look at you and I smile, I hit your mirror neurons. It's an involuntary reaction. If I smile at you, even if you frown back at me, you're going to be fighting the smile in your brain with your frown. But that still means I'm still hitting your mirror neurons. You can't stop it. If you can hear, I can hit your mirror neurons. If you can see, I can hit your mirror neurons. It's an involuntary response.
There are a lot of different ways that we can move people in our direction. If people see that they owe us, they say yes to us. The rule for reciprocation that says people feel a drive to give back to others who have first given to them. They say yes to the next request we make of them. So what it means is that we have to go first. We have to give benefits, we have to give information, we have to give advantages, we have to give concessions, and that flows back to us by the rule that exists in every human culture. Turns out the anthropologists have shown us there's not a single human society that fails to train its youth in this rule. You must not take without giving in return. What it tells me is that we have to flip the script of the usual business arrangement with people, where we say to them, you do something for us first. You buy my product, you sign my contract, you make an agreement with me, a commitment to me, and then I will give back to you. This one says, yeah, that's fine, but there's another route where we go first. We give, and then people want, by this rule, to give to us. I'm not just thankful, I'm obligated. I'm both grateful and obligated by this rule to give in return. The more we can personalize what we give, the more people feel like they really want to give back. There are really 2 major variables that we can influence. One is similarity. We like people who are like us. So one thing we can do is to point to commonalities that genuinely exist. Remember, you asked that insightful question. What's the difference between influence and manipulation? If we point to a genuine comparability that exists between us and the other individual, right? That person feels a greater rapport with us. Oh, you're a runner? I'm a runner. You're an only child? I'm an only child. Okay, now there's a bond between us, and those people will feel more rapport with us and want to do business with us, if those are genuinely there.
Not only do we like the people who are like us, we like the people who do like us and say so. Praise, compliments. We like the people who give us compliments. And as a result, we want to do business with them. We want to interact with them. We want to say yes to them. If you really research them, really think about who they are, and understand what their challenges are, where they came from, what challenges they've overcome, and you praise that, it's genuine. It rings true.
The alpha type, which is, we refer to that as the assertive, the one thing that's more important to them than actually getting what they want is being respected and making sure that you know everything about what they're coming from. So, and it's a classic guy who's working for his boss and said, you know what, my boss didn't do what I wanted him to do, but he heard me out, or she heard me out. I can live with the direction we're going as long as I know that my boss knows my opinion. And so that the assertive type of negotiator, it's really more important to them that they felt that they conducted themselves respectably, that you respected them, and that you knew what they were coming from. And once they know those things, they'll actually soften up on what they want. You can say, look, you're impressive. You're phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, clearly you know where you're coming from, you know what you want. I'm lucky to be talking to you at all. I mean, if were I to sit down with Donald Trump, I would in fact be lucky to be in the same room with him. That'd be the first thing I'd say to him. I'd say, you're an American icon. You know, you're the symbol of American business. Yeah, you know, stroking their ego is not a bad thing. You know, it's a version of empathy, because that's how they see themselves. The emotional recognition, like emotional currency, is not going to solve every deal. I just don't want to try to solve any deal with money when I could have solved it with emotional currency. My money's too important to me to waste it when I could buy something with satisfaction.